Welcome. In this video, I am going to do a pick a card message. It's going to be a channeled message from the Primordial Lwa Agwe. Agwe is the Primordial Lwa in Voodoo of the ocean. So he is known as the father of the sea. I am going to preface this video by explaining to people that are not part of my practice. Voodoo, 21 Divisions Voodoo, New Orleans Voodoo, Haitian Voodoo, these are closed practices, which means that you should never attempt to connect with the Loa without the assistance of an initiated practitioner, priest, priestess, or boko. Okay? For your safety, you've been warned. Okay. Now, today we are going to be doing a message from the Primordial Lwa Agwe. I've never spoken about him before on here, but Agwe is one of my main Loa. He is the Primordial Loa of the seas, of merchants, and of sailors. He is synchronized with Saint Auric, and he is my father. He is my ocean father. He is known to be one of the husbands of Metresili Frida, and he is also the husband of La Sirena Blanca, the white mermaid in our practice. Okay, so today we are going to do I went to visit him today at the ocean, and he said that he wanted to bring a message to my collective. So here we are. Father Agwe, what message do you have for us today? We're going to do a pick a card style. So I'm going to give you 3 cards and you pick the one that you feel most drawn to. He's already given me 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he gave me 4. So I'm going to be giving you 4 cards and then you pick the one that you feel most drawn to. The first card that he gave me for the first pile, so pile number 1, your card looks like this. Pile number 1, your card looks like this. So this is pile number 1. Pile number 1. This is your card. Okay, that's pile number 1. Pile number 2. This is your card. Pile number 2. This is your card. Type in the description the number, type in the chat or in the comments the number that you feel most drawn to, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pile number 2, this is your card. Pile number 2, this is your card. Okay. Pile number 3. Ooh. Pile number 3, this is your card. Pile number 3, this is your card. Pile number 3, this is your card. Pile number 4, this is your card. Pile number 4, this is your card. Okay, I said before, Agwe is the Primordial Loa of the ocean. That means he existed before humans, and it is believed that he was one of the Primordial Loa that created humans. Okay, so that's pile number 4. I'm going to just do a quick scan again for pile number 1 through 4, for those who just jumped on. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And pile number 4. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to put the other piles aside so they don't interrupt us. Okay, Agwe, let's go with pile number 1. So pile number 1, your card was making waves. Momentum is building. It's your time. Achievement. Making waves. So right away from this, I'm hearing from Agwe that those of you who chose pile number 1, you're going to be making some major changes. Maybe you're going to be rocking the boat. It's so interesting because this formation on this card kind of reminds me of like a giant fish. And like a woman just like, oh, this actually reminds me of Atlantis. So in voodoo, our heaven is actually under the water. It's actually a place called Vilocan, which is a place under the water, so similar to Atlantis. And very interesting. So pile number 1, I'm seeing you like a hurricane. Now, they're in Taino spirituality. We have a god known as the Huracan god. So there is a hurricane happening in your energy right now. There's a hurricane coming to your energy. It's a big change. Let's go ahead and see what else there is for you. Really matters. Reflect. He's telling me you need to really reflect on what matters to you right now, because a hurricane is coming in through your life, and this hurricane is figurative. It's a symbolic hurricane, a symbolic change. Hold on, y'all. I have to translate his language in my mind. So he's saying you are the water carriers. So pile number 1, you may be very drawn to waters, different types of waters. Water carriers is what he calls the healers, okay? And he is saying you need to really figure out what really matters to you right now, reflect on it, and you need to prioritize, okay? So this energy could also be indicating Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. And I just brought up Atlantis and Vilocan, and this card has Atlantis on it. Keep a big vision. Stay aligned with yourself as you grow. Selkies. So pile number 1, if you were drawn to this pile, I get a big feeling that you were probably a mermaid in a past life, and that you come from mermaid lineage. I'm hearing dolphins. Hold on, y'all. Whew. He is such a big energy. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to channel his energy through me, because his energy is so big. He is so huge. He's like sitting on top of me, and he has a huge merman tail, and he's like the size of this room. So I'm trying to he's telling me that those of you that are drawn to this pile, you have mermaid bloodline. Now the Taino, some of our Taino elders from the Caribbean have told me that there is mermaid bloodline in some of the Taino people. So if you are from the Caribbean, that might resonate for you. Let me go ahead and see what else. There's like a major energy shift happening in your life, pile number 1, and I'm having to take a moment. Whew, something big is coming for you, really big, is what he's telling me. He's telling me that the other Loa are not allowing him to tell you exactly what it is because they want to keep it secret. They want to keep this secret for you, a surprise, a secret surprise. There's a big wave coming your way. A big wave of blessings. A big wave of blessings. Whoa. I feel like I'm in the ocean right now. Woo. Ooh, okay. I feel like he's saying to me, like, you have been, pile number one, you've been really down and like, what is going on? And maybe you've experienced a lot of conflict and you've experienced a lot of, and there he goes, he shows himself up in the card again. Some of you may be children of Yemaya or La Sirena as well, or even Metersilifrida. And there's been a lot, you're kind of like tired of a lot of conflict that you've experienced and a lot of psychic attacks that you've experienced. And he's saying right now, you need to follow your intuition. You need to follow your empathic ability because you have a very powerful empathic ability. He's saying you need to set yourself free. You are actually the one holding yourself back. You're cursing yourself. I'm feeling like I'm gonna throw up from all this energy, and he's telling me you need to purge. You need to purge. You need to purge. You need to do some sort of purging cleanse because you need to purge all of this negative, all of this negative belief systems, all of these negative words that you have spoken into your life. You need to purge it. And he's saying you're holding yourself back because of your limiting beliefs. You have bound yourself. You have bound your own abilities, your own soul, because of your limiting beliefs. So here he is. So he's saying, like, you have this amazing power. Some of you were like, I'm gonna say it, would have been considered like evil witches in a past life, and because you are afraid of tapping into that darkness again, you're afraid of it corrupting you again, you're holding yourself back from all this power. But he's like, but you reincarnated so that you could learn to not do that again. You reincarnated so that you could learn to not use your gifts for bad, to use your gifts for healing instead, because in a past life you used your gifts for destruction. In this lifetime you're supposed to be a transmuter. You, because of that destruction that you brought in the past life, that you did in the past life, you're in this lifetime, you came to be a healer. You came to balance the scales. And you're so afraid of your own darkness that you are holding yourself back from your own power. And he's saying the trick here is to not let it control you. For you to be the one to control your power and not let your power control you. Some of you need an unbinding, and some of you that are connected to pile number one, some of you need an unbinding, some of you need a hex breaker. Some of you need a cleanse. If you don't know how to do that, book a consultation on highpriestessmay.com. Some of you need to protect your head because you're having a lot of psychic attacks. But you're so afraid of your power consuming you because of what happened in past lives that you are like, I'm just going to let the attacks happen. I'm not going to defend myself. And he's saying you don't have to let the attacks just happen. Defending yourself is not wrong. He's like, it's about not initiating it. Okay? It's about not initiating it. It's not about not defending yourself. It's about not initiating the conflict. Okay? So many blessings are trying to pour into you right now, but you are holding yourself back from getting it. See? You're holding yourself back from love, from money, from all this power that is rightfully yours because of past life mistakes. Wow. Just trying to process everything, y'all. Give me a moment. A lot of y'all are holding on to emotions that have been just holding you back for lifetimes. Some of you are holding on to soul contracts that have been holding you back for lifetimes. Many of you may feel like you are like on the precipice. Is that how you say that? Like you're right there. Like you're right there and there's like this wall and you're like, what is stopping me from getting there? And it's like, it's you. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm hearing Taylor Swift's song. I think it's called Covert Narcissist or something. He's telling me you've gotten so used to being the victim that you have disempowered yourself. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, he's telling me you've disempowered yourself. Oh my God, you disempowered yourself because the only way that you had friends or people around you was by disempowering yourself. Because when people saw you in your power, it would intimidate them away from you. So you learned to be like a covert narcissist where like you were just like, you know what, let me just eternally play the victim subconsciously so that I can actually have friends and family around me. It's like, I don't want to be alone. So I have to play small so that I won't be alone. I think some of you need to listen to that song by Taylor Swift. I think it's called Covert Narcissist. I'm not sure. Is it called? Or is it called It's Me? I don't remember. Because it's going to activate what needs to be activated out of you, what needs to be triggered in you so that you can get out of that energy. Remember, if this is triggering you, if this message is triggering you, it's because I'm a healer and my job is to trigger what is going to heal you. Sam, can you look up that song by Taylor Swift for me? So Spirit is saying to you, like, you can be a billionaire. And you're like, but I can't. What is it? Anti-Hero. It's actually Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. It's just one of the verses in the song is like, it talks about being a covert narcissist. So the anti-hero. It's called anti-hero. You are the hero, but you don't want to be the hero. Because everybody's always hating on you for having this power. In every other lifetime, you have been ostracized. You have been pushed aside. You have been isolated. And you're tired of it. And you're like, I don't want to be isolated again. Like, yes, I could have all those things, but like, I don't want to, like, I don't want people to see my power and then I'll be alone. Blah, blah, blah. So you dim your light and then you surround yourself with fake connections. And then you wonder why you're not happy. So some waves are about to be made in your life. They're going to, there's a big energy shift coming into your life that it's going to force you to stop being the anti-hero. Yes, some of you need a mind uncrossing. The thing is, you don't realize, pile number one, is that until you stop dimming yourself, you won't get everything you wished for. Until you stop dimming your light, you won't get everything you wish for. There's a shit ton of, I should probably not say that. There are waves upon waves upon waves of blessings that are meant to come to you. But until you stop dimming your light, until you stop hiding your power, it won't come to you. It won't be yours. Until you stop being afraid of what people are going to think, what people are going to say, how you're going to be perceived, whether people are going to like you or not. Listen, he's like, I destroy people's whole houses on the shore, and people still love coming to the ocean. The right people are still going to come to you. The right people are still going to come to you. People come back after he breaks their houses. Like we live over here near St. Augustine, and there are whole houses that wash into the ocean. And the next year, people build the house in the same spot again. Some people are going to see your power and they're not going to be afraid of it. They're not going to ostracize you for it. They're not going to isolate you for it. They're actually going to come back again for more. Because you have that je ne sais quoi. People can tell that you are magic. Pile number one. Magic is not something you do. Magic is something you are. It's like Elsa, how she tried to hide her powers and she went and built herself a castle and people still came and found her. So Agwe wants you to stop hiding your power. Agwe wants you to stop playing small. Agwe wants you to embrace everything that you came here to be, because that is the only way that you can receive the blessings that you're looking for. everything that is meant to come to you. And it's the only way that the people who are supposed to find you are going to be able to find you, is by you being in your power. I get this sense also, pile number one, like people stare at you first, like randomly stare at you because you see yourself in one way. Like you may have like body dysmorphia, is that what it's called? Like you see yourself one way, and what other people see is something completely different when they look at you, and you're like, why are you staring at me? Like, just take a picture, Jesus. Like, why are people staring at me? Like everywhere you go, people like just randomly stare at you, and you're like, why are you staring at me? Like, leave me alone. And you're like, geez, why are you staring at me? It's like you don't see yourself as anything special. But people just stare at you. And like long stare. And some of those people are like your worshipers, and some of those people are like some of the dark beings that know who you really are, and they're looking at you like, shit. Like, let me not mess with them. Let me not mess with pile number one. Pile number one, you need to work with ocean agate. Ocean jasper. I feel like pile number one, I feel like some of you even like dress really ugly to try to get like the attention off of yourself, but it still doesn't work. People still stare at you like, and you're like, take a picture, it lasts longer. So pile number one, don't be afraid to be yourself. That's the message for you today. Big changes are coming. Be ready. All right, pile number two. Let's go ahead and see. Pile number two. Don't forget to let me know in the comments how the readings have resonated for you. Pile number two, your card is Metamorphosis. So you are definitely you are transforming. Whereas pile number one had their outer energy changing, pile number two, you are transforming within yourself. Oh, I didn't even realize this was a lady. So you are transforming within yourself, pile number two. The transformation is going to be from the inside out. So let's go ahead and see, Agwe, what message do you have for pile number two? Let the change happen. Let the change happen. It's inevitable. So he said to me, let the change happen. And then the card that came up is let it rain. Let the change happen. What is, will be. Trust in the process. This change is inevitable. Let the rain fall down. Who sings that song? Is that Hillary Duff? Let the Rain Fall Down by Hillary Duff. Let the rain fall down. and wash my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity, 'cause I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna scream. Yeah, I think, yes, Hilary Duff. So pound number 2, your song is Let the Rain Fall by Hilary Duff. I think that's what it's called. That's going to activate some part of your DNA. Remember, music activates and deactivates certain aspects of our DNA. So whenever Spirit brings through a song, it's important for your spiritual development, for you to listen to that song. Okay? So Let the Rain Fall by Hilary Duff. So these changes that are happening inside of you, they have to happen. They're inevitable. You can't stop them from happening. You are like, I'm changing a lot, and people might not really take it very well that how much I'm changing and how much I'm different now. And that is perfectly okay. I also feel like you're healing, pile number 2. You have healed. You're healing, and you have healed a lot of your internal trauma, and even some of you are healing your physical bodies. So because of that, you don't resonate with certain things anymore that other people might resonate with, and that's perfectly okay. He's also saying that for you, pile number 2, you need to allow yourself to learn through experience rather than maybe just like reading about it or just talking about it or hearing about it from someone else. Like, you need to actually experience it. You need to actually maybe like practice whatever it is that you are interested in. You need to actually like practice and dive deep into it and learn through the experience of it rather than like having someone else tell you about it. Okay. Let's see. Some of you may be giving birth to new ideas or to a new child very soon. Some of you may be like sacral witches or sacral healers, because he's showing me like the woman's part. Some of you may be finally healing some mother wounds that you broke some generational traumas and some generational curses, and now you have healed these mother wounds, or you're in the process of healing them. And in the process of healing these mother wounds, you are changing into a much better person and a much stronger, more powerful being. Yeah, the Empress. Some of you pile number 2, you are going into a very fertile time of your life. Especially as we go into Taurus season. Some of you may actually be getting pregnant with a water sign. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So some of you might actually might be getting pregnant very soon with a boy. And this boy, this could be a boy child, or it could be like a very masculine female child that is going to be a Pisces. So that means that you're going to get pregnant sometime between May and June. Now, that doesn't apply to everybody, but some of you are going to start a new process, a new creative endeavor, sometime between May and June, that is going to give birth for you, that is going to succeed for you by next March, by next Pisces season. So you could either be having a child, or there could be a new cycle that you're giving birth to, a new business, or a new goal that you are giving birth to that is going to give fruit for you by next Pisces season. Emotional endeavor. So start taking action. Agwe, is there anything else you have for pile number 2? Some of you are going to have a baby with a fire sign. Some of you are transmuting. Pile number 2, some of you are going to awaken in the next 2 months or so to a new cycle of where your magical abilities are going to activate. And the full activation is going to take like from now until next Pisces season. And this new activation is going to be to force you to overcome your own self-sabotage. Because your ancestors have selected you to be the breaker of generational curses and to be the receiver of your ancestral power. Of your ancestral inheritance. And also, the ancestral inheritance may come in like spiritually, but the knowledge and the spiritual power that comes from your ancestors may also turn into financial inheritance. So you need to start getting very comfortable some of you are going to awaken to mediumship abilities too, pile number 2, where you're going to be able to actually see dead people. So you need to get very comfortable with that energy. This is for somebody very specific. This is not for everybody. He said 1 or 2 of you in this pile is about to become a demonic exorcist. So that's why you're going to get a power up. Like I said, that only applies to 1 or 2 people here. So what you'll be giving birth to is your own power. Pile number 2. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Pile number 2. Agwe, is there anything that you would recommend pile number 2 working with? Pile number 2, Agwe is recommending for you black obsidian and black kyanite. As well as green aventurine. This pile went in like 2 different directions. So he's saying to me, those of you that are becoming mothers and starting new ventures, you need to work with pyrite and green aventurine. Those of you who are becoming mothers to the dead, which is basically like a medium, You are the ones that need to work with black obsidian and black kyanite. So maybe some mambos are about to be born. So for those of you who are like becoming mothers to either new ventures, you know, new businesses, new people, you need to work with the green aventurine and pyrite. And those of you who are about to become like mothers to the dead, which are like mediums or even mambos, you need to work with black obsidian and black kyanite. Okay. Thank you, Agwe, for that message. All right, let's go ahead and go to pile number 3. Remember, we're doing 4 piles today because he pulled 4 piles for me. So let's go ahead and see pile number 3. You have the King Tide. So you actually have Agwe in this card. There he is. Half man, half merman. Interesting. Seeing a very interesting face in this card. I'm seeing what looks almost like a alien ship. Like an alien face. Interesting. I want to... You are about to receive plenty of blessings, prosperity, finally receiving the fullness of your life. Divine blessings. Pile number 3, you're about to receive extreme divine blessings. Plenty of money, plenty of prosperity, plenty of health, plenty of love, plenty of everything. He's showing me that scene in Harry Potter where he goes in the vault. For those of you who haven't seen Harry Potter, you have to see it. But there's a scene where Harry goes into the vault of Bellatrix Lestrange. And she's one of the Death Eaters. And she has a charm on her vault so that anytime anybody touches something in the vault, it starts to multiply to the point where like it kills people. It like squishes them to death from all the gold that's in the vault. So when Harry and his friends went in the vault to try to get the Sword of Gryffindor out, they accidentally touched a cup. No, they went to get the cup. Did they go get the sword? No, they went to get the sword. And they touched a cup, a gold cup, and that goblet started to multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply. And eventually, like they were like being hoisted up to the ceiling by all of these gold cups, all these gold coins that were multiplying themselves. To the point where they were almost crushed to death until they were able to get out of it somehow. And this is what the feeling that I'm getting here is that you're about to receive so much that you are going to feel overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you are going to have. You're going to be like, oh my God, I have way too much stuff. I need a bigger house. I need a bigger place. I need more space. You're going to be given so many blessings very soon that you're going to be like, okay, I'm bored of this place. I need to go travel over here. I need to go over there. I need to go see what Europe looks like. I need to go to Australia. I need to go like South America. You're going to want to be traveling everywhere. Pile number 3. You're going to have so much wealth, you're going to be overwhelmed by it. Pile number 3. I know I have some millionaires that watch me. I have some millionaires that watch me. I have some clients that are millionaires. So I know that, and I have some clients that are millionaires and they're just waiting for their wealth to come in. You're finally going to have peace of mind. Pile number 3. You're finally going to go to sleep. And you're going to have all these bills you got to pay, and you're like sleeping like a baby. You're like, whatever. Like all these swords are like all of the bills you got to pay, and you're just sleeping like whatever. It's going to get paid. Just take it out of my account. Whatever. There's plenty in there. All you need to do, pile number 3, is you need to take action towards what Spirit is guiding you to do. You need to take action towards what your spirit guides are guiding you to do. You need to think big and stop letting yourself be. Don't get caught up in drama right now. Somebody is about to win the lottery, and you need to like claim that anonymously. You need to get with some sort of trust lawyer and figure out how to claim that anonymously, because you don't want to tell your family or anybody. You don't want to announce that you won, okay? You're about to get a treasure chest. This may be especially true for people who are fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but you don't have to be a fire sign for this. Some of you may be definitely a Leo, because I'm seeing Oshun energy coming up here. Oh yeah. Y'all are about to be rich. But you can be any sign for this message. But I'm just sensing a very strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius vibe. If you're trying to go, I just heard if you're trying to go for a house or like a car, and it's like what you would normally like settle for because you're like, well, this is what I can afford right now. I'm hearing it's being blocked because we're bringing you something bigger. It's being blocked because it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be big. It's giving like you're like, oh, I can pay like $3,000 a month, and it's giving you're being like pushed away from that home, and you're being pushed into a home that's like 15K, 30K a month. And your spirit guides are trying to give you ideas for things that you can do that are going to let you live in a house that is what you believe way above your means right now. If the idea of paying $15,000 a month or $30,000 a month for your mortgage scares you, you're holding yourself back from your possibilities. The humble are going to be exalted. The humble are about to be exalted. I told y'all a few months ago that the darkness has surrendered to the light. And right now, things might seem kind of dark, but it's really because the light is bringing to light all of the darkness that needs to be purged before all of the blessings can be delivered. So, things are about to be taken from evil and given to the good. It's happening right now as we speak. So that's your message, pal, number 3. Think big. Notice how this, like, you're thinking this small, and he's like, think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Unexpected gifts, karmic jewels. I feel like this is wealth that you're going to be overwhelmed with. And wealth is not just money. Wealth can be in many ways. Wealth can be in love. Wealth can be in wealth of good health. Wealth of financial abundance. All right, pal, number 3, that's your message. I just want to remind y'all really quick, tonight is the last night for the Saint Expedite Gedelim Bowl sale on readings and consultations. So if you want to take advantage of that, 20% off readings and consultations. Tonight is the last night. Today, what is today's date? April 21st, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 20% off on highpriestessmay.com for readings and consultations with the coupon code EXPEDITE, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4. You got Lady of the Lake. It's interesting because I talked about a sword in pile number 3. And there's a sword here in this card. This is the sword of Excalibur, if I believe. Yes, this is the Excalibur sword that is only given to the worthy. There is the Lady of the Lake. New beginnings. Something is about to happen for you. Let's see. Agwe, what message do you have for pile number 4? Agwe, what message do you have for pile number 4? Water codes. Okay. Okay, pile number 4. The sweet waters. The sweet water spirits have gifts for you, pile number 4. Some of you, pile number 4, you need to exercise the use of water manifestation. And the way that this is done is by you speaking into the water the things that you wish to manifest into your life and drinking that water. Specifically, I like spring water for this type of manifestation. And you can also do the number codes, like the codes that Gedelimbo gave you, because I heard Gedelimbo's voice right before I heard what Agwe said. He said, remember the codes I gave you guys last week? Use those codes in your water. Agwe is going to give us a code for tapping into the ancient wisdom of the water spirits for those who are worthy. Agwe is going to give us a code for tapping into the ancient wisdom of the water spirits for those who are worthy. Agwe, what code shall we use? 8 0 0 4 3 2 3 1 5. Write that down. So pile number 4, you are getting a special treat. You are getting a code to tap into the wisdom of the ancient water spirits. You're going to whisper that code into spring water and drink it. 8 0 0 4 3 2 3 1 5. The ancient water wisdom is going to, you have to be ready to dive deep into the underworld. You must have the courage to face your fears. Because when you tap into this ancient wisdom, you will be tested. The purity of your heart will be tested before you are allowed to see what is going to be given to you. It's going to untap your inner power, and it's going to help you claim your place. It's going to also help bring into your life fertility, romance, happiness, peace. Let's go ahead and see what other messages Agwe has for you, pile number 4. You are being tested to see if you are worthy of carrying this power. I'm opening up in the end of May to do ocean healing sessions in person. If you're interested in that, book a consultation on highpriestessmay.com. Spots will be limited. So I usually offer that from May until October, but I only do a certain number per month with Agwe, La Sirena, and Yemaya. Wow, pile number 4. There's a lot of... Pile number 4, I feel like you're getting your inheritance from the sweet water spirits. From the Taino sweet water spirits. So this pile number 4 might be very specific to certain people. Some of you are getting a connection, a blessing from Beliebelkan, from Archangel Michael. Some of you are getting a blessing from Ogun Balenjo. Some of you are about to get karma. Some of you got really hurt by a Capricorn or an earth sign, and this person is about to get their karma for hurting you. So, some of you are about to get your karma. This person is going to have to beg you for forgiveness. Either in the physical world, or they're gonna come to you in a dream and they're gonna have to beg you for forgiveness. Some of you, if you're dealing with a legal case, Spirit is saying it's going to go in your favor. Archangel Michael wants you to know that he has not forgotten about your karma. He has not forgotten about it. He has not forgotten about your blessings. He is working on it for you. And Agwe is relaying that message for him. He has not forgotten about you. Archangel Michael, Beliabercan, is still fighting for you. For some of you, it was your mother who hurt you, and they are about to beg you for forgiveness. Because everything that this person stole or took from you or slandered you, they're about to have it flipped on them. They're about to burn to the ground. There's also a earth sign, young earth sign person for some of you who tried to sell your soul to the devil, and the goddess of hell is about to snatch them. The goddess of hell is about to snatch them. So if any of you work with Hela, the goddess of hell, she is the one who is the keeper of the unworthy souls or the dishonorable ancestors. She's also the keeper of the regular ancestral realm, the ancestors who didn't do anything crazy. Somebody tried to sell your soul to a demon. And the goddess Hela was like, you can't sell that soul here. Because that soul is anointed. That soul belongs to the light. So I don't know who you think you are, but you can't sell that soul, and you can't sell that soul here. And that person who tried to sell your soul is about to really get it. Hela is literally going to keep them in her own little cage, in her personal purse. Look at that. She's literally going to keep them in her own little personal purse. For trying to sell a soul in her realm who did not belong to them. Because pile number 4, you have been anointed by many beings of light. I'm getting that vision of, like, if anybody's ever seen The Mummy, where the priest Imhotep, like the horses come and like drag his soul to hell. That's what's literally gonna happen to this person. Whew. Somebody thought they could play with you, but they didn't know, pile number 4, how anointed you were. Your soul has belonged to the beings of light for lifetimes. Lifetimes. I feel like you have been a priest or priestess in multiple lifetimes, not just this one. Some of you are even angels of death. And Hella was like, who do you think you are coming over here trying to sell me a soul? Trying to sell a soul in my realm that doesn't belong here. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? All right, y'all. That's the message from Agwe today. For pile number 4, Agwe, do you have any recommendation for what they should work with? Black tourmaline and rose quartz for you, pile number 4. Black tourmaline and rose quartz together is what Agwe recommends. Again, if you wish to receive messages from your spirit guides or from my Loa, book a deep channeled reading on highpriestessmay.com. I will never DM you. I will never give you a different link in the comments or anything like that. You need to go to highpriestessmay.com. And there you will find the link to all of my readings, to deep channeled readings, past life readings, all different types of readings. Who walks with me readings if you want to know what Loa walk with you. And also spiritual consultations are if you wish to receive assistance in either spirit working or healing ceremonies, and you want to know what type of work you need, then you can book a spiritual consultation for that. The sale for the Saint Expedite Gedelimbo, 20% off all readings and consultations, ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 21st, 2024. The code needed is expedite. All right, everyone. Many blessings, and may Agwe sends you many blessings. May Agwe bless you in the name of Papa Bundia. Gracias, misericordia.